Hi, Sheila Kamuda here, your career champion, and today I want to talk about the inner critic. Mr. Inner Critic, I like to call him. You know who I mean. That's that imaginary playmate you made up in your own mind, the one that likes to tear you down when you get close to something good, a good idea, a good venture, something you long to do, uh, something you're meant to do when you're feeling like your authentic self. Your inner critic comes and says, "What? You're terrible. You're no good." That's our inner critic. Mr. Inner Critic lives in the pit of our stomach and our head. His sole purpose is to make you feel weak, stupid, less than, not enough, and he's very good at it. And he's been with us since we were kids. Actually, not at first, because when we were babies, we came into the world bold and beautiful, and we believed that the universe was ours for the taking. And it was. And what happened? That disappeared when the adults took over and wanted to make us, more selfless. And they didn't realize that by doing that, they opened up the door to us creating this imaginary beast in our mind who puts us down every chance it gets. And we've been living with this ever since. Yeah. So if you want to lose confidence in yourself, look no further than your inner critic. If you're unsure about an idea you have or a project you want to start or a business venture or any adventure, not to worry. Mr. Inner Critic is on call. He's always on duty, never a problem. It's like that annoying relative, you invite over for one dinner and then they stay for years, you just can't get rid of them. This is your inner critic. And we live with it for so long, we're almost comfortable with it. It's horrible to say, but true. I don't want to go so far as to say they complete us, but they're really part of us, part of our world. So it's important to understand that the inner critic is very persistent. His only job is to demolish us and destroy our dreams. That's it. It makes us feel isolated and small, and we feel we have to go to battle alone. He brings all our fears front and center. We begin to doubt ourselves, and often we give in. We throw in the towel. And unless down the road we have a new idea or actually refashion the same old idea, because it's going to keep coming back if that's what we were meant to do. It can't help it. We keep having these wonderful ideas and dreams about what we want, then we let our inner critic demolish us, and then it destroys us for a moment, and we go back and that idea is going to come back again because it's what we're meant to do. We have to hold on to that. So what do we do? We have to become good and tired of Mr. Inner Critic and give him the boot. We have to pretend we're babies again. When we had no fear of failing, we didn't even have a concept of failing. I mean, when we fell down a million times when we were trying to learn to walk, we didn't think of it as I'm failing. No, that was just part of learning to walk. And we need to go back to that again, that sort of pure self. And that's where our strength is. That's what we have to find. And we have to understand that sometimes good ideas and dreams do take a long time. And when we're trying to forge ahead, Mr. Inner Critic is pummeling us to the ground. And this is really important too. While this is happening, it's really important to not to isolate yourself. Mr. Inner Critic, while he's doing his handiwork, if he sees you isolated, he really can swoop in and do a number on you. So it's very important when you're feeling a little bit low, you're not sure of yourself, you're deciding, did I make the right choice? Is this really my dream? Is this really what I should do? Surround yourself in environments and with people that are uplifting. Don't be isolated. Don't be alone. I'm not saying that you have to have a million friends. It's not that. Just be in an environment that uplifts you, because you may get ideas. You may go to the library and get ideas. There may be people around you that give you ideas to help further along your dream. So don't isolate yourself. That's very key. It's very important. Don't do things to distract you from your dream, but don't isolate yourself from your dream. You want to find inspiration to help you move further along so that you can combat what Mr. Inner Critic is doing to you. Okay? And the other thing is, we need to be anchored in the belief in ourselves. I mean, it's hard. Everybody talks about that. Yeah, whatever, but we have to do it. And we have to practice it every day, actually, because you have to think of it this way. Mr. Inner Critic was born, a long time ago. We imagined it. We had conjured him up. and he has lived with us. So however old we are, that's how long he's been around. So it's not just going to be, okay, Mr. Inner Critic, go away. I don't care about you. No, you're going to have to work at it, because you're going to have to undo these. Every time you have this feeling, you have to say, no, no, I believe in myself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your gifts. You have to believe in your talents and the things you want to do and you feel you are meant to do, and who you really are, what your authentic self is. And of course, as I always say, what do you bring to the party? That's what you have to bring. And we need to show Mr. Inner Critic what real persistence is. And you have to ask yourself, okay, if I didn't fear, what steps would I take? If I didn't have any limits, what would I do? If I believed in myself and believed I was enough right now, before I had my dreams, I was enough as a human, how would I react? How would I respond? And if I understood that it could take a while to see my dream come true, how would I encourage myself to keep going forward? And then ride that wave. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this helped. Keep at it. Don't let him win, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.